Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Senior. To all of you who celebrate, I hope you had a great Christmas weekend. Pretty wild to think that 2021 is coming to a close with New Year's right around the corner in a couple of days. But hey, we're here to talk about some Lakers hoops and some Russell Westbrook drama and trade rumors. So let's get into it, because he's had a couple of rough games over the last couple of weeks, although he was able to redeem himself on Tuesday with a pretty positive performance. And as we always do here on the channel, at least when I am hosting, we have to give credit where credit is due. And in a 9-point win over the Houston Rockets on Tuesday night, Russell Westbrook was very good. We saw good Russ as compared to maddening Russ, which has really been the key storyline for the Lakers this year. The team has been up and down, so too has Brody himself. In that win against the Rockets, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 10 dimes, 2 steals. Russell Westbrook played really good basketball. He shot more than 50% from the floor. But the Russell Westbrook experience continues to be a very frustrating one, because night in, night out, you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes he comes through to the media and says some very head-scratching things, like what he said the other day. Quote, "I'm over the whole situation of what everybody else wants me to be doing and what they think I should do. Russ, I understand you're feeling the heat, you're feeling the criticism. You thought coming back to your hometown of Los Angeles, where you grew up, played your college ball at UCLA, was going to be a very good homecoming, and you were going to help the Lakers go on a deep playoff run. And as of right now, what have the Lakers been? Absolutely average. What has Russell Westbrook been? A very frustrating player. He never seems to be able to get out of his own way. And a quote like that to me is really tone deaf. Russ, you've been doing you all throughout your entire NBA career, and that's a big reason why people have big problems and big issues with you, because you never know sometimes when to tone it down, when to relax, when to have a feel for the game and do what's best for your teammates and not yourself. People are criticizing you because your style of basketball isn't translating to wins. And what's the overarching theme of Russell Westbrook's career? He doesn't play a winning style of basketball. That's a big reason why these Russell Westbrook trade rumors continue, and why the Lakers, according to various reports out there, are looking to move Russ, and why some basketball insiders think, yeah, that's a move that the Lakers need to make if they want to compete for a Larry O.B. this year. Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer talking about these Russell Westbrook trade rumors. We'll get to that here in just a few moments. But first, this is why you subscribe to the channel. Because if a Russ trade happens, if a trade of any significance happens with the Lakers, we have you covered right here on the channel. And we're nearing a milestone in the process, 23 people away from 40,000 subs. The channel has been popping off. That's a big thanks to all of you for tuning into our videos. So if you want to stay in the know with everything going down with this franchise, join the Laker Nation family here at Chat Sports and hit that red subscribe button down below. Going back to what Kevin O'Connor said about Brody, quote, "The Lakers should explore every possibility to trade Russell Westbrook. Russ will never win a championship with this aloof defense, not to mention his reckless shot selection, and it's been happening his whole career. Even in the big moments of playoff games, Russ will never change." And this is really encapsulating the Russell Westbrook experience in just a couple of lines and in a few seconds. The Russ experience, electrifying and dumbfounding. A wonderful athlete who's one of the best stat packers in NBA history, one of the best athletes we've ever seen take the hardwood, but the game has aged him to a certain degree. The game has left him behind, and Russell Westbrook has never been able to adapt. More O'Connor reporting on Russ. Unless Russ shows signs of changing, the Lakers need to at least consider moving him. Not that there'd be much interest out there. Few teams need a point guard, never mind past his prime at 33 years old, making $44 million with a player option for $47 million next year. But Westbrook to Houston for John Wall makes the most sense. It would make and be a major risk to flip Westbrook, who despite his flaws is still a good and more durable player for Wall, who has played only 40 games in the past 3 calendar years. Not good for John Wall. But Wall is a clutch client, Rich Paul, LeBron, and company, would know more than anyone else that Wall's condition is and his willingness to do what it takes to win with the Lakers, and this could be an upside move for Los Angeles. At the end of the day, we're at a point right now, Laker Nation, where we're talking about flipping Russell Westbrook for John Wall. What year is it? It ain't 2014. We are sitting here at the end of 2021 talking about trading away Russell Westbrook for John Wall as a way to improve the Los Angeles Lakers. That goes to show you how bad, how frustrating, how up and down Russ has been in his lone year in the purple and gold. So I want to ask you this now. Really intriguing question. Who do you think is the better player for the roster construction Los Angeles? Type RW for Russ, JW for John Wall. Oh boy, I have a feeling that the comment section is going to pop off with this one. Christmas is in the past, but hey, it's never too late to swag yourself out with some fresh Lakers gear. And this hoodie, Nike, black, purple, both colors available right now, up for grabs at $70 if you go to chatsports.com/LAL hoodie. Hook yourself up or somebody who you care about by getting this Lakers hoodie thanks to our friends at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/LAL hoodie. Plug in that link so that deal does apply. Next up on the show, is LeBron James going to retire soon? He was asked about maybe his NBA career coming to a close, and he had some interesting things to say. Here's the thing, though, as we're about to show you in a few moments, his numbers over the last several games, bonkers. LeBron's response to possibly retiring soon, quote, "I've thought about it. Where I'm at with it, I'm still playing at such a high level, but I'm in year 19. I'm on the other side of the hill. So we'll see where the game takes me. As long as my mind stays fresh and my body stays with that, I can play the game." LeBron's longevity really makes him one of one. We have never seen a player at this physical status play at this level for as long as LeBron James. You want to compare him to Michael Jordan in this regard? Michael Jordan retired twice. And LeBron James is in year 19. He's about to turn 37 years old, and he's still a top 5 player in the NBA. Now, of course, his tenure with the Lakers has been marked by a couple of soft tissue injuries from time to time, which is of course problematic as he ages, but LeBron is straight up balling out. And I think it's time to consider him as an MVP candidate if the Lakers can stack some of these wins. He feels immortal, like some of the greats do in sports. Tom Brady in his mid-40s, LeBron James at his latter 30s, continuing to play at this elite level of production. That's why I've always said about LeBron, appreciate and admire greatness, because we're never going to see a player like this ever again in the history of sports, let alone in the NBA. As for his numbers the last 12 games, really, really elite. And he's putting forward more than 37 minutes per. Can you believe it? You have to believe it, because it's true if you've been watching the Lakers. Hasn't resulted in wins, but they're without AD. This is a flawed and old roster, and LeBron is doing what he's been doing over the last near 2 decades. He came into the league in 2003. I was 11 years old. In January, I'm about to hit 30. And LeBron is still playing like this? It's crazy. Classic LeBron James right now. He's carrying this flawed and inept roster that's been bad on defense. They've been so inconsistent on offense. I think this team would be good several years ago, but now they can't shoot. They lack athleticism. Russell Westbrook hasn't been good, but the mainstay and the consistent theme, LeBron James, one of the best players in the NBA still. How many years does LeBron have left? I don't know. Last 12 games, he's averaging a near triple-double, 29 points per, giving you more than a steal and a block per night defensively as well. Give me a number figure in the comments section as far as how many years you think LeBron James has left. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get the 40K, and let's continue to have the Lakers report pop off. Thanks for watching today's show.